There we go. I've been dropped off. I feel like I'm 10 again, or however old you are, to go like to brownie camp or something. And it's terrifying. The dog's crying. So it's a great start. And now I need to get my map out because I don't even know which way to go. So why has my dad just dropped me off in the forest? Now, we're going to call it Dartmoor because that's the only place that you're legally allowed to camp in the UK. However, it might not look like Dartmoor because Dartmoor's quite far away, but I'm definitely in Dartmoor. I've been wanting to spend more time in nature, just being outside. I kind of wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone a little bit. So I've decided to do a night in the forest on my own, but with Mr. Rocco, because I don't actually want to do it on my own because it's terrifying. So I'd rather have a dog that's going to be super annoying instead. So I'm loaded up. My backpack weighs 18 kilograms, which actually, when I picked it up and weighed it, I thought, oh my god, this is really heavy. I've not carried this sort of weight before, it's going to be a lot. But since I've started just having it on my back now, feels okay. Let's have a look how long my route is. I'm going to do a bit of a loop. Remaining, it's 20 kilometers, the loop. Apparently it's supposed to take about 5 hours, so I was planning on doing like 2.5 hours today and 2.5 hours tomorrow, which hopefully is doable. What time is it now? 1:15, setting out. I've only got to do 2.5 hours today, so we're going to take it nice and slow, have a couple of stops if we need to. I did kind of like scrimp on stuff that I needed to take, which seems ridiculous because I have this much stuff. I don't have any spare clothes. I did bring a clean pair of pants because I can't do that, but I don't have any spare socks. My clothes are my clothes. I almost didn't even pack my waterproof jacket because I checked the weather and it had pure sunshine today and tomorrow, so I thought, yes, that's something I don't need to bring. As I was checking the weather, I was like, oh, that sounds like rain. And it was raining, so I immediately put my jacket back in my bag. So I couldn't even save on that. But I think it's pretty important. I don't really want to get wet. No, let's not get wet. So we're off. Rocco's on his lead because I think he's getting on a little bit. He's 7, bless him. And he tends to get a bit excited, especially if we don't go for a walk straight away. He's like, yeah, he normally goes first thing 7, 8 a.m. for his walk. So to wait until 1, he's probably just going to bomb it around like an absolute nutter and be knackered. So I have to keep him on the lead. So hopefully he'll pull me along, which will be quite nice. Right, I think it's time just to get some miles in. I don't know which way I'm going to go here, so I need to check the map. I will. Whoa, he's going this way. We found something to eat. Lovely. Come on in. 5 minutes in and we're on bog territory already. So we're going to do a little bit of manoeuvring and hopefully not stack it within the first 5 minutes of walking. And I did let the dog off because he was being a bit of a pain in the arse. He wanted to go and sniff and probably do a poo. Here he is. What, mate? Come on in. You see? Let's go. Feral beast. It's a beautiful day for it. A little bit of wind. Hopefully no rain. And hopefully a bit of sun. So I'm a little bit scared about where to camp later already. if it's windy, like trees falling on us. I'm literally like imagining the worst thing. A tree or getting murdered. Hopefully neither of those things will happen. There's something making a right old racket over there. That's going to be nice later when it's dark and I'm all alone. Dog's probably going to go fucking mental. I don't know if you'll be able to see him on the camera. Wait. Oh, big guy. Bambi. And mummy. Bambi. You smell the deer that were here? They went that way. Be a proper hiking video if there wasn't a couple of those thrown in there. Another reason why I wanted to have Rocco with me, not only to make me feel a little bit safer, not that he would do anything, I don't know what it is, it's just a safety blanket. He's my safety blanket and he's just a total plonker. If I didn't have him, I'd try and just do loads of miles, wouldn't really stop, and it would just be another mission of mine, which I tend to do. Like, I tend to just get things done as quickly as possible. I'm really trying to slow down, and I kind of have to go slower with him because I don't want him to be absolutely exhausted. I want him to rest. So it's like taking care of myself as much as I do him, and it'd be nice for me to just be able to do that on my own, but I feel like if I was on my own I'd kind of try to distract myself with, yeah, I'm going to try and do 20 miles today, my first ever walk with 18 kilograms, whereas with him I'm just like, well, we'll just see how far we can go. I'll just be more inclined to take breaks with him than on my own, just sat there on my own. And then hopefully one day I will be able to do it on my own. But in the meantime, I have him to keep me company and keep me entertained. We're coming up to our first gate, which is very exciting, especially if you follow Latch and Locks, which is Hayes Outdoors Instagram, because he loves a latch and a lock. So let's have a look at this one. Standard forest gates, beautiful. I can totally see how he would get obsessed with latches and locks when there's not much else going on. Now my map's telling me we're going down here to Tick City. Ah shit, I knew there would be something I forgot. I'm pretty sure I've forgotten his tick extractor. So hopefully we won't be getting any ticks today. I knew there'd be something I forgot. The smallest thing as well, not even like a big thing. Wouldn't take up any space. I bloody forgot it. Just don't get any ticks, alright? No, okay, that's the first dead thing that we've seen. What is that? A little mousy, foley thing. It's a bit bloody boggy. I don't have any spare socks, but then I suppose if my boots get totally wet and my socks get wet, dry socks aren't going to make a whole lot of difference. I'm going to get wet socks as soon as I put them in the boots. Okay, we're going up. Going up. These are the sort of deer in there. If you can see them on this camera, they're a good spot to camp if it wasn't so close to a path. Although I've only been walking for 25 minutes, so I don't think I need to find a camp spot just yet. I have actually got like a proper map as well, just in case. But I've downloaded it so I can have my map when I'm offline, just in case my phone breaks or whatever. We've got a map. I'm not afraid to use it. We are afraid to use it. Hopefully we won't need to use it. Oh mate, you're definitely gonna get ticks. We're all getting ticks here. Oh god. You never know, there might be a tick thing in your first aid kit that we've packed. So quiet. Could hear grasshoppers. What else could we hear? The wind. That's it. So quiet. Lovely and a little bit creepy. We're also creeping into mushroom season. So I want to have, when we have a little sit down or a little break, take this bag off for a bit, see if I can see any mushrooms or if there's any berries left. Have a little look. I didn't bring my mushroom book or anything because my bag is heavy enough. But if we happen to see any, that would be nice. I'll probably give it, oh dear. Oh dear. Probably give it like an hour, maybe just over, before I have a sit down. Hopefully somewhere in the sun, that would be nice. I've seen so many deer, or it's the same 4 deer that are just kind of following me, or I'm following them probably. Yeah, they're over there. 4, 5, 6. 6 deer. To see their little white bums. This is so weird, like I proper feel like I'm an adventurer and I'm literally like 20 minutes from my house. But I suppose, I don't know, with all the stuff, being somewhere new, there's no one around as well, and knowing that I'm going to attempt to stay the night, it totally feels like an adventure. It feels like, really feels like I'm doing something major, and I'm literally spending the night in the forest. Is that because we feel so like disconnected with nature, even though I spend a lot of my time in nature, walking the dog every day, most days? But it's scary, that's scary to me, being in nature, being in forests and hearing noises that I don't know what they are and stuff. I'm in the UK, like, literally I'm worried about a tick. I suppose then you can get Lyme's disease and that's quite bad, but it's not like I'm anywhere with like bears and snakes, although apparently we do have adders around, which I'm absolutely terrified. Hopefully we won't see any of those. So yeah, the worst thing is that we're going to get bitten by a tick. Hopefully. But yeah, feel a lot of things, a lot of anxiety. Like, I definitely need to do it because I want to be more part of nature and more connected to nature and not feel anxious about it. It should be more natural. I mean, I feel pretty anxious about a lot of stuff, but this should just be like a kind of a fun thing to do to energise myself. So hopefully that's what it will be. Or Rocco's going to keep me up all night because he's going to want to chase the deer through the forest. That's if I can get him in the tent in the first place. The weather's not been great. I was hoping that this week I could put the tent up in our garden and get him to go in it again. I did it in the summer, but it was like 40-degree heat. And funny enough, he didn't want to go in because it was too hot. So we haven't had a lot of practice of him getting in the tent and staying in there with me. I think that when it gets a bit colder later, and also just the fact that I'll be in there, he'll want to be in there with me. That's the hopes. If not, Marta or my mum or my dad is going to have to come and pick me up somewhere in the dark. I saw like 6 deer earlier and I was like, oh, I've got like 6 deer following me around. There's actually about 30 in there and I can just hear them rustling around. They kind of just keep tracking the way that I'm going. So cool. I'm not going to disturb you, and the dog's on the lead, don't worry little dears. Beautiful. Looks like we're about to do the first bit on an actual gravel track. Most of it has been like that. Grassy tick town. So it might be quite nice to walk a little bit on some gravel. Hear that crunch underneath your boots. I love the sound of gravel. Sensory pleasures. Oh yeah. I made a little bit of a conscious effort to not have my headphones in. There's a podcast I really want to listen to, Andrew Huberman one on emotional intelligence or something like that. I definitely want to listen to that, and I feel like now would be the perfect time to do that, but I just kind of want to limit my listening to stuff, distraction, as much as possible. I also normally read a Kindle before bed, and I was so close to putting it in my bag and I didn't, and I might regret it when I'm bored later, not being able to sleep. But I just really wanted to not have those distractions and having something in my ears. I want this time to think, to process, to switch off. So if I had more technology other than like my GoPro and my phone, that's it, that's all I've got, I think. A charger just in case my phone runs out of battery. That's it. No headphones, no Kindle, nothing else. Minimalism. That's what it looks like. Gate number 2. Beautiful. What have we got here? Someone's lovely house, I think. Oh God. It's a train. Person in charge of animals. Surely that's not dogs, that's just like... Oh.